infertility. This word is being derived from the Latin, right? So which tells you about in means not, right? And fertilis, fertility comes from the word fertilis, which means fruitful, So fertile, what do you understand by the term fertile? Okay, the female will be able to produce the young one, or the male will be able to produce the young one, right? In that case, you call it as what? Fertile or fertility. Whereas you would have come across the another term, you call that to be sterile. What is sterile? Sterile will not be able to produce at all. Will not be able to produce at all. In that case, you call it as sterile. Okay, then what is this infertility? Not fruitful. Fertile, right? Okay, so you learn about two types. One is the primary infertility and the other one is the secondary infertility. So what is this primary infertility? They would not have produced the young one at all. What about secondary? They would have conceived earlier. The first child will be there, right? But due to some reasons, very good example, you can have PCOD, polycystic ovary, right? Okay, in that case, the female will not be able to conceive. Can you understand? But she would have got the first child. But second pregnancy would not occur. In that case, you call that to be secondary. Right? So now you are clear with the term fertile and sterile. Sterile, there are no chances at all. They will not be able to produce even the gametes, right? It will not be fertile. They will not be able to produce the gametes at all. In that case, you call this to be sterile. Right? Fertile is, they are able to produce the young ones. They are able to produce the gametes. Male gamete and the female gametes will be produced. About it. So it is about 5 to 5 ml of semen when it is being ejaculated in the female. Okay. You have learned about it is about 200 to 300 millions of sperms will be released. But if this count in this ml, if it goes below 20 million, then you call that to be what? Low sperm count. What do you call it as what? Low sperm count. So if it is low, right? If it is low, what will happen? You call this to be oligospermia. What do you call it as? Oligospermia. In that case, if there are absence of sperms, you call the term to be azoospermia. Can you understand? This may be one of the reasons, right? One reason it may be what? Low sperm count, right? Either the sperm count should be low, or if the sperm motility is less, where the semen does not have proper nutrition, okay, in that case, the male is said to be infertile. This is just one of the reasons, right? Even alcoholism may be the reason. For the male, call that female to be infertile. Normally, when you take a normal women, ovulation takes place at the 14th day of menstrual cycle. Is it not? Okay, so what happens during ovulation? The ovum will be released. In that case, if there is a chance of sperm entry, fertilization may occur. Right? So normal women ovulates, right? For every cycle, she ovulates an egg. Is it not? Ovulation is egg, releasing an egg. Okay. In that case, if the egg is not released at the time of ovulation, right? If the egg is not released every month, in that case, the female is said to be infertile. So what may be the reason? Very good example I told you about what? PCOD. Or may be a reason due to gonadotropic hormones, sex hormones. Okay, gonadotropic hormones, FSH, follicle stimulating hormone, luteinizing hormone you have studied. And even female sex hormones, what are they? Estrogen, progesterone. So when there is a problem in the hormonal level production, in that case also the female may be infertile. Can you understand? Okay, so there are many reasons for the infertility of both male and the female. Okay, so in this case, if there is such an infertility case, what type of solution can you give it for the couple? Okay, so there are techniques, what I've told you, that is nothing but ART, Assisted Reproductive Technologies. Okay, ART is nothing but Assisted Reproductive Technologies. So what are they? You would have heard about the program, right? What is the test tube program? Test tube baby program. So what happened? Normally, this doctors 2 decades ago, right? What did they do is they have taken the ovum, women's egg, and then the men's sperm, and they have started fusing them, both the egg and the ovum, in a small glass dish in the laboratory. They have learned that fertilization takes place only in the body of the female. If it takes place in the body of the female, then you call it as what? Internal fertilization. We have learned, is it not? Okay. But here what happens, when these doctors, when they allow the sperm and the ovum to fuse in a dish, glass dish in the laboratory, okay, so if the fertilization takes place in the female, you use the term what? In vivo. In vivo. In vivo fertilization means if it takes place in the body of the female. Okay, here this test tube baby talks about in vitro fertilization. In vitro fertilization. What is this in vitro fertilization which takes place outside the body of the female? Where these doctors, where did they allow the ovum and the sperm to fuse? In the laboratory. If it is done in the laboratory, okay, that is outside the environment, right? Okay, in that case, you call it as what? In vitro fertilization. Okay, and they finally found that fertilization occurred and the zygote was formed. Where? In the dish. So it was even that was possible, and after that, this embryo was placed in the womb of the mother, and the first test tube baby was developed. Okay, which is being done artificially in the laboratory. Can you understand, right? So this is nothing but you call that as what? ZIFT. There are terms what you are going to learn here. You call it as ZIFT. What is a ZIFT? Zygote. Okay, intra-fallopian transfer. What is this fallopian tube? It is nothing but the oviduct, which is present in the female, where the fertilization occurs in the ampullary isthmic junction. Okay, so the sperm collected from the male, that is from the couple, okay, and the ovum collected from the female, which is being allowed to fuse in the laboratory. After that fertilization, as a result of fertilization, what will be formed? Zygote will be formed, is it not, right? So this zygote develops into an embryo. So what happens normally at the stage of 8-cell stage? What is that? Morula. I hope you remember the terms. Zygote undergoes cleavage. First it divides into 2, then 4, then 8. It goes on, right? So if it is 8 up to 8, that is blastomered cell, up to 8-cell stage, it can be inserted in the fallopian tube. You call that to be zygote intra-fallopian transfer. The zygote will be, okay, inserted in the fallopian tube up to what? If it is up to 8 blastomeres, if it is up to 8-cell stage, then you call it as ZIFT. Okay, there is another term, you call it as IUT. What is IUT? Is intrauterine transfer. Intrauterine. Uterine talks about your uterus, right? So if you are going to allow the zygote, okay, that is if you are going to place the zygote in the uterus directly, you are not going to place it here. Where? Fallopian in the sense if it is 8-cell stage, right? You can place it in fallopian tube, whereas it descends down to the endometrial wall to get implanted in the uterus, right? Okay, so that is the other case. Whereas if it goes above 8, what is that? 8 blastomeres, 8, 16, 32, 64, if it goes on, above 8, you can place it in the uterus. In that case, you call the term to be IUT, intrauterine transfer. GIFT. What is this gift? Here you have learned ZIFT, ZI. Okay, zygote. Here you are going to transfer the gamete. If you are going to transfer the gamete in the fallopian tube, then you call that to be what? Gamete intrafallopian transfer. That's it. A simple difference here. If you are going to transfer the gamete, you call it as gamete intrafallopian transfer. And if you are going to transfer the What is this? Zygote in the fallopian tube. Then it is called as ZIFT. Z-I-F-T, zygote intrafallopian transfer. Okay, right. Now, there is another term. We call that to be ICSI. Okay, intracytoplasmic sperm injection. Intracytoplasmic sperm injection. So, if they are going to just inject the sperm directly into the ovum, in that case, you call it as intracytoplasmic sperm injection. Here, they are directly injecting the sperm into the ovum. Okay, in that case, because many sperms will be there, right? Okay, so a particular sperm, only one sperm can enter. I taught you very clearly because it results in zygote, diploid zygote, right? So if it is directly ectoplasmic sperm injection, okay, and there is another term you call it as artificial insemination. Yes, the semen will not be able to enter into the vagina, okay, right? In that case, what happens? They have to go in for a technology that is nothing but you call that to be what? Artificial insemination. So what will take place here? They'll collect the semen and they will inject it directly into the uterus of the female or the vagina of the female. Vagina is the birth canal. Uterus is the womb. You remember? Ovary, fallopian tube, uterus, and then cervix and the vagina. Okay. Either the semen can be injected, that is insemination, you call that to be artificial insemination. There is one advantage here. The semen can be collected and stored, okay, in liquid nitrogen. Okay. What is that? Liquid nitrogen. Which has minus 196 degrees Celsius. It will be able to remain alive even for 20-30 years also. Okay, right? So here the semen can be collected from the male and can be introduced into the female in the vagina or the uterus of the female. In that case, there are chances of possibility for what? Pregnancy. Okay, so this is the methodology where they can use it. Okay, and here even intracytoplasmic sperm injection I told you, and ZIFT, IUT, and GIFT also. Okay, so here if it is inserted, if this semen is being introduced in the uterus, you call it, here you have learned about IUT. IUT, what I've told you, if this zygote, if it goes above 8 blastomeres, it can be directly introduced into the uterus, where you call it as what? Intrauterine transfer. Here you are placing the zygote in the uterus. Be clear. But here I am giving you another term, IUI. Here it is IUT, placing the zygote in the uterus. I hope it's clear. Okay, right? But here what happens? IUI. What is it? IUI? Intrauterine insemination. Intrauterine insemination. What is that? If you are going to inject the semen in the uterus, then you call it as intrauterine insemination. Insemination is artificially you are going to introduce the semen in the vagina or the uterus of the female. I hope it's clear, right? Are you clear with that? I'm telling you again, all these reproductive methodology, they come under a group called as ART, Assisted Reproductive Technology.
If you like this video, share and subscribe my YouTube channel. Follow me on Facebook and Instagram. And the link is available in the description box below. Thank you.